is my sister Sarah, and we own a construction interior design firm in Southlake. And if you want to know more about us, we've got a video that we already posted, Find Start Here, and you can know more about us.
We are starting this vlog series to announce major news. So we are opening a new Lambert Home headquarters and a coffee shop restaurant called The Greenhouse. And we are bringing you along with us. So we're going to talk about the dreaming and scheming, the purpose behind each space, the design of each space.
I mean, we're going to go through everything together, and we're inviting you from the beginning, construction, I mean, really everything. We're going to go through it all together.
Yeah.
So it's so exciting to be sharing this news. We've been sitting on this news for a year now, I think, which so makes me feel like Taylor Swift at the Grammys, being like, I've known about this for 2 years, but we have known about it for a year, and it's been really scary, to be frank with you. This dream is so far beyond anything that I would have ever imagined or accepted for us, and it's so very clearly from the Lord and very clearly His calling on our lives. And several times along the way, to be honest, I have said, let's pause, let's rethink this. But Sarah is absolutely a faith warrior, and Sarah's like, we're doing it.
Well, normally I'm used to being the dreamer.
Yes.
So in my mind, how it works for me is I dream it, and from then it's reality, even if it's not reality. To me it's real. So we are gonna have a store, and even if we don't have one yet, it's real to me, and we're planning for it.
Sure.
I think you've had to.
Yeah, it's very different for me.
You've had it. To you, it's still not real, probably.
Well, this is going to sound so dramatic because, I understand that there are other people in the world who do things like this every day. And honestly, who this feels really small to them. I'm going to cry, but this feels huge to me.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of work and talking to the Lord and frankly going to therapy to validate the dream, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Before...
so you would believe it? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I think what I mean is before dreaming felt really foolish and really prideful almost, really arrogant and all of these things. And I've come to discover that actually the dreams that are most deeply embedded in my heart and are most exhilarating and energizing, they actually have literally come from the Holy Spirit and have been planted as a seed in my heart. And so to realize that dreaming this dream, this headquarters, this greenhouse, this whole dream is of the Lord, makes it, it makes it more fun, but I'm not going to say it makes it less scary.
It doesn't make it less scary.
It's still very scary.
That.
Yes,
So you have an assurance of okay, I know I'm going the right spot.
This is the right direction.
I know I'm supposed to sign this paper. I know I'm supposed to pursue this. Except what?
Yeah.
How?
Absolutely.
What?
Exactly. Something that is really exciting and really validating, like you're saying, we're definitely headed the right direction, is we have already witnessed, and I'm not trying to be drama, but we have literally already witnessed miracle after miracle after miracle.
I don't think that's being drama. I think that's
it just
being
is so weird.
About how God is moving to clear the path for where He's calling us to go.
So step after step after step, we have truly witnessed miracles, and it's cool.
Okay, so the first part of our new expansion, our new adventure, is a newer, bigger Lambert Home. We're calling it Lambert Home headquarters, but really the purpose is that we are bursting at the seams. We're beyond bursting at the seams, if we're honest.
Bad.
If you've come in the retail space, you have had to crawl over a shipment or boxes or someone else's furniture, or you've seen me crushed under the weight of a sofa, or I've had to come from the back and say, I'm sorry that I wasn't up here to greet you, but I had to.
I'm coming.
This bathroom ceiling is leaking. I'm having to mop like a fiend back here. Something like that. So in this new building, we'll have tons more space we'll have a warehouse for storage, for client deliveries. We'll have a bigger retail floor for our furniture line and all of our beautiful art and accessories. We'll have offices.
Woo!
We'll have multiple bathrooms.
Yeah, I mean that in and of itself is like, we're getting to a point. The team is growing and we need some bathrooms.
100%.
You know?
So it's going to be super awesome. And
Yeah.
really, it's just like the next step in growing that.
For sure.
But now yours is an exciting,
The greenhouse?
new venture.
Yes. So as you guys know from the last video, I have an extreme passion for cooking, gardening, everything. And we started being like, we know that we're gonna have like a coffee shop, like a little.
When we first started dreaming
just
about
thought
like
it was gonna be this small.
the greenhouse, yeah.
And honestly, this speaks to who God is too.
Yeah.
Like I thought we need to have a little coffee shop. We've got to be able to like have drinks for our shoppers and just make it kind of a nice experience. And then it turned into drinks and like a little bit more drinks, and then it turned into drinks and a full out whatever. And now it's a full out restaurant. We're still calling it a coffee shop, but it's truly a full out restaurant. And it's so exciting. It is going to be truly in a greenhouse. Greenhouse conservatory style vibe, and it's going to have, we've got salads, sandwiches, a special that I'm not even going to tell you about because I'm just so excited about it. Breakfast, brunch, cocktails in the evening, and they're all recipes that are really like partly from our family and from some of our travel experiences, and really straight from the minds of the team, us, you know. So yeah, I'm so excited about it, actually. Sarah graduated with a degree in, obviously, interior design. She's a registered interior designer, NCIDQ certified. So Lambert Home is just like, obviously perfect for you. Yep. It's not that it's not perfect for me, but it's just so who you are. You know, everything from the retail to the design side to the construction decisions. I mean, truly, I mean, Sarah, from when you were what, 5, 6, 7, you were like, I want to own a construction company. So like, wow, this is just so born of your creativity and your spirit and everything. And I feel like crying again. Why am I always why's your brother always down? I know. I just really feel like the greenhouse is mine. Yeah. Really born of just who I am and my passions, and I'm excited to really be represented in our brands.
Well, when we first started Lambert Home, we called it Lambert Home and Garden.
Yes, that's true, of course.
Because Katie was going to...
I was the garden and you were the home.
Going to be the garden, and I was the home.
Right, but we were here. And
Katie's dream day was watering plants out in the yard.
And my galoshes and my shorty shorts and my dogs.
Exactly. And that isn't where this led.
Yeah.
So I think now you're getting a chance to, this is an even truer version of
totally
who
agree.
you are or who you've grown into.
Yeah.
And so, you get to show everyone.
I'm so excited. I think as we've been in business in this community for, the day of filming, 8.5 years, I think we've really seen, and it's likely not this community, it's likely all communities, we've really seen a need for a space where you can be together. And I don't mean be near each other, be in the same restaurant or whatever. I mean be together, really engaging in community together. And so that's a big part of our heart with this build and with the greenhouse, and really just the whole space in general is creating a space where you can be together. And so whether that mean playing mahjong in the greenhouse, or whether that be, you know, parents drinking coffee in the garden while your kids play on the playground, we just really see this place being a place to be together.
So in the first video, Start Here video, we mentioned that we're going to be introducing prayer points, and we're going to ask that you join with us in that. So your first prayer points, your homework, that as we move forward, grease the skids is probably not like a lovely way to say that, but that's what I'm asking.
Have the Lord go before us, maybe is a more holy way to,
You get what I'm saying. So help the process to keep going smoothly, or frankly start going smoothly, or help things start falling into place in time. That's kind of a big concern.
Yeah, I think
right
the
now.
time element is a big one.
So I know that's one. Continued clarity for like the visionary leaders so that we
Yeah.
make sure we stay true to who we are and where we're trying to take us, and
Absolutely.
not just get flibberty-gibbety about like, oh,
Yeah.
let's do this. What about,
Let's just throw this on the menu because we like
Yes.
it. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
or in the same vein, be brave enough to keep something on the menu that should be there, even if we don't know how or why,
Yeah.
or,
Same with like design
Whatever.
decisions too.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So just good clarity for us on that.
Okay, so definitely subscribe to our YouTube. Make it where you get the notifications when we post the videos, because I mean we've got some really fun stuff coming up. Subscribe to our newsletter because we actually have exclusive stuff coming to the email newsletter people.
Yeah, so newsletter
Like actually
only.
really exclusive stuff. So I think that's actually going to be kind of a big deal. So go do that. Obviously follow us on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok. I mean, we kind of definitely went viral on TikTok. So like, you're going to want to be a part of that.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.